What you experienced? What was it like?
It was very horrible, I'm not gonna lie. But stress out. You know, oh God. I speed, you know. I speed, and the truck was slow down on the bus. I'm still there in the front of the block. When the bus lift off, I'm just yeah, them just I'm afraid. I wish I could unsee, but not gonna lie.
Was there screaming and so on?
Yep. Me that make nice. Me that back road. Lord bless you then. And when the Queen's girl on the bus and she jump out.
So people were jumping through the window or
because when it's something crazy. Jesus Christ.
Christ. And they are worried about bus. Damn careless driving. Don't act like too much, man. So no, do any park.
So the audio that you just listened to is of a video of an accident that took place in Duane Park off Washington Boulevard, where it is said that a coaster minibus, them call it, was obviously speeding. Don't know what he was thinking about. However, he ended up in the truck, ran into the truck, mostly at the passenger side. A lady was sitting there. Pretty much the whole of that side in which the lady was sitting went under the truck. She was pretty much crushed out. She was still alive, but barely. You could see obvious scars. You could see that she was battling for life. These persons were trying to take her out. And you know how it goes. These people are not professional medical doctors. So therefore, whatever injuries she might have even escalated much more. Now, people, it was only a couple of days in which we saw a young lady known as Brittany walk across the street in her truck. It was only a couple of days in which an elder was taken out on one of those main roads in Jamaica. It was only a couple of days in which a young lady was pretty much squashed out on the highway, licked and dragged for a couple of meters because of bad driving. I am going to show you some more sights and sound edited version because of YouTube's policy of that incident that took place on Washington Boulevard today. And then I am going to give my piece.
What's fuck up, brother?
What's it? So what close to the man. Where's the boss? See the truck that way lick up in her. Some people have the truck.
Some people, like I said, those were some of the sights and sounds because of YouTube's policy. Whenever them hear any sorts of loud Jamaican dialect, whenever them see anything kind of too graphic, usually that video is going to be restricted. So therefore, it is not going to get the views that it truly deserves. So therefore, I have to edit it. I saw a couple of things and I heard a couple of things. The obvious absence of any sort of emergency vehicle. The obvious absence of any sort of paramedics. Like I said, the coaster bus, minibus. How ironic is it that the driver lives to tell the tale? The driver that more than likely had something to do, participant in the FUCKRY that took place. And isn't it ironic, more than coincidental, that 90% of the accidents that we see is either minibus man, taxi driver, Mark X vehicle, chopper them there, creating chaos and catastrophe. I heard somebody said something that I found very disturbing. However, it is factual. It is true. The man said, a man that was there said, "Una always a blame the minibus man them. So them need to take time on the road. However, if they are not speeding, if them not drive fast, because una always late, so una can't get where una for go, una not take them. So therefore, if them not have the music and hype and drive fast, they are the ones that are going to be blacklisted. People, this is not a minibus. This is not a taxi man. This is not a Mark X problem. This is a culture and mindset problem that is causing all this FUCKRY. And every day that we get up and we realize, listen, people are losing life unnecessarily. All of this could have easily been avoided. Like them say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. In this case, one person, lady, if she lives, she's going to be in a vegetative state. She is going to be more than likely paralyzed from probably the foot to the neck. There's a next man, don't know who he is. He was obviously BRUK-UP. Him jump in at the back of some sort of pow van to go to the hospital. People, when are these people going to learn? The answer to this is very simple. Never. They will never learn until it happens to them, because they're going to tell themselves, this can't happen to me until it does. Point blank and period. So, on or about the 13th of May 2024, a 29-year-old primary school teacher, her name is Danielle Anglin, she was missing from her home. It is said that she left on that Monday to go to work early in the morning. However, since that, she has not been seen. So it goes without saying that the family, teachers, friends, they had reasons to be concerned, especially when you get missing in a Jamaica, especially from the 13th. The more that time elapses is the least likely that you're going to be found in any sort of good case. Such is the case in this case. Their worst nightmare came their reality. So people, I want you to listen to what the Assistant Commissioner of Popo, Mr. Fitzbailey, had to say about the whole incident after they found this young lady's body. More than likely, it is not 100% that it is her. They are doing some sorts of DNA. However, based on the physical evidence, more than likely it is. I am going to let the officer explain everything in intricate details, and then I am going to give my piece.
Given the weight of the evidence collected thus far, the suspect in the matter has since given a statement to the police admitting his involvement. I want to point out that this specific suspect was arrested and charged sometime about 2015 by the police for sexual offenses. He was also convicted in Antigua for sexual offenses and deported to Jamaica. We believe that she was the same day when she disappeared. She was picked up by the suspect. We have identified that she was picked up by the suspect. I can also say that with the help of Jamaica High, we were able to identify a specific route which the motor car that she was in traveled. We were able to identify some special items through the Jamaican Eyes system. And so we believe that she was taken to the location. And based on the analysis that was done by CFCD, we believe that she was taken to that specific location and killed.
So people, like you hear the top cop said, body skeletal remains were found in a salt river. However, they did some sorts of DNA. The mother went in, swabbed her mouth, so they are waiting on the results, more than likely based on the physical evidence. The thing that we realize is that the Jamaica Eye, it works. So people with businesses, people, residential people, it is good to get connected, because this is one of the reasons, along with phone evidence, that made this lady being found, even though it was a tad bit too late, like about a couple of weeks. Even though she was found DEAD, like I said, her family's worst nightmare. When you think about the suspect, he has a criminal history. He should be on some sorts of SEXUAL predator registry where people could track him. However, what we see, he was on some sorts of ride-sharing network, meaning that he was picking up people, and I guess if I was to bet, I would say that there are other victims. This teacher just happened to be one or the last of his victims, because based on the Popo record, it is said that he was charged, convicted in about 2015 for the same thing in Jamaica. Why weren't they tracking him? He also has a history in Antigua where he was charged, arrested and deported, convicted and deported for the same thing. So therefore, it tells you that this person is a very dangerous character, especially as it pertains to women. How is it that people like this, with a conviction, criminal past, being deported from a next country for the same thing, can exist and be driving around people in some sort of ride-sharing stuff? People, it tells you Jamaica is very lax. However, we see that with these forensic, we see that with them tracing, we see that with them using the Jamaica Eye. Yes, they are advancing in a technology. They are stepping up their game. However, they are far behind, and it is causing a lot of unnecessary DEATHS, point blank and period. Now, there's a saying that goes something like this. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And I say this to say that based on statistics, in our penal institution, Department of Correction, 6 persons lose their life since 2024. In the lockup, 3 persons back to back since 2024, that is 9 people. The same thing happened again in a place called Chapelton, that is in Clarendon, in the lockup. A man known as Rekima Bravo, he was the latest victim. He was 31-year-old at the time he met his demise. Based on information, it is said that he was in some sorts of cell with 5 other inmates. There was some sort of verbal turned physical altercation. After the ramble, Mr. Bravo was taken to the Maypen Hospital. He succumbed to his injuries. Based on the family members, they said that him kind of lonely tone, that means that him not 100 in the head, and him name Nano head. Him have mental issues. Based on information, it is said that on or about Saturday, a day before he lost his life on Sunday at 3 a.m., he was locked up for rushing his grandmother with some sorts of kitchen utensil and knife, that is. He was charged for that and also malicious destruction of property. So now that he is DEAD, the family has said, yeah, him have little problem, him not hurt nobody. He might run down a couple of chicken at the yard, but he is not dangerous. However, this is the same person that rushed his granny with some sort of kitchen utensil knife, that is. They are now saying that the Popo should have known better. And the Popo are saying, well, we had no sorts of idea. We went and pick him up because him go rush the granny with some sort of kitchen utensil and mash up our property. We had no sorts of idea, people. The truth and the fact is that more than likely there is no sorts of professionalism going on in any of these lockups. So therefore, when them assigning the people, them not ask no question if you're kind of lonely or you're 100%. So therefore, they would not have known some sorts of disconnect in a communication, lack of professionalism. However, it is the same family that is saying, we want answers because we don't understand how the power take him in and never psychoanalyze him, sister him not 100. So therefore, people, we can expect that there's going to be some sorts of lawsuits. At the end of the day, like I said, lack of professionalism, Bogoyagaism in the system of Jamaica. There are too many Looney Tunes just a walk around and a kick stone, and whenever them head chip, them rush people with big stone, rush people with machete, rush people with anything. People are DEAD. It was only a couple of days ago in which a 3-year-old who was walking with his mother lost his life and his mother was badly injured along with other persons. So I say this to say that when is a bulb going to go off in the heads of the relevant authority? I know that you guys are reactive instead of proactive. However, you keep reacting to the same old thing. So therefore, not only are these people lonely, it seems as if are some Looney Tunes around the system too. When are they going to stop? When the whole of Jamaica DEAD off? People, it makes no sorts of sense. But then, like I said, Jamaica is a crazy Looney Tune place. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.